Even before 2 months of closure of my master's degree, I had 2 to 3 offer letters already. One was from the same company I was working with, and the other one
Nice.
was from Poland.
Mhm.
And I had another internship opportunity for the Rolex in Switzerland. Later, they gave me an opportunity to work with the Indian Army. So I
Okay.
came back to India for a couple of years, and
Okay.
I think you know CVRD. CVRD is very
Yes, yes,
famous.
yes, yes,
So
yes,
we are
yes.
working with them to make a new battle tank engine for the Indian Army. So we are designing it completely, and it's been in testing. So I'm responsible for, let's say, 75% of what's going on. Now I'm a senior electromechanical design engineer, and my company name is Ricardo PLC. When I joined my college,
Mhm.
within 2 months, I was able to get a very, very good internship, like the
Super.
best one out there, and
Okay.
it paid really good. Like, for example,
Nice.
I used to get around 1,000 euros a month
During studying.
during studying for 2 years,
This is the
and
first
added
time I'm
scholarship
hearing
in the
this.
second year. The internship where I was working, it's for the Czech government. So we were
Okay.
doing a vehicle for the Czech government. So work, earn money, do my thesis, everything in one shot. Because just because I got this internship, there was a lot of things that opened up to me, like a lot of things. I
Super.
had to travel almost 250 kilometers every day. Since my office is like research and development, it's outside the city. So from Liberec to my office, it's almost 120 kilometers one side. I
Okay.
had to get up 5 in the morning, get ready, be at the bus stop by 6, and reach the office by 9 o'clock, and then leave there by 5 and come back home by 9:30. This is what I did 3 days in a week for almost 2 years, and
Wow.
studies and my personal stuff. I used to put out crazy hours, crazy hours. I used to work 26 hours, 27 hours straight. People want efficiency, and people want the work to be done much sooner. So I used to take my laptop home, work on weekends, not tell the office, of course, because they would feel that I'm inefficient and they could remove me. But nowadays, I've made sure that I put my work aside at 5 p.m. And I start exploring stuff. So I go to the gym, travel a lot. So it depends on the people that you're working with also, because they say enough,
Yes, yes,
close it
yes.
and go home. So this is what is very important, because in India, everybody used to say you're going home at 6 o'clock. Why? But in
Why?
the UK or anywhere in Europe, they say you're still here. I told you to go home.
Yes.
So that is what makes the difference.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, all of you. My name is Shivaraman, Director of Europe Study Center. We have been doing a lot of interviews with all our successful students. This is basically done to create more awareness and create more confidence among the young minds. Today, we're going to interview our student Abhishek, who went to Europe for his studies and currently working. So, Abhishek, welcome to the show.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you. How about you?
Good, sir. Things are going good.
Things are going good. Wonderful. Nice to hear that. So, please, first, to start with, introduce yourself to our audience.
Okay, my name is Abhishek. I'm basically from Bangalore. I've completed my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and I've done my master's in machine and equipment design from Technical University of Liberec. And currently, I'm working in the UK as a senior electromechanical design engineer at Ricardo PLC.
Wonderful, wonderful. Before we even discuss about other things, it's so
Yes, sir.
great to study in European countries and work in UK compared to studying in UK and trying to find a job in UK, which is almost impossible right now. Am I right?
Well, actually, sir, I did work in, let's say, another 5 to 6 countries except uh, India. So
Okay.
a
So
whole
none
lot
of,
of journeys. I started out from somewhere, then studied somewhere, worked somewhere for somewhere, and then come back to India for another big project, which we can discuss later on. And then I'm in the UK now.
wonderful. So basically, you're exploring, learning, and traveling, which is fantastic, which I would love all the youngsters to
Yes,
do
sir.
basically, rather than
And earning
sitting.
money.
Of course, once you enjoy what you're doing and once you
Yeah.
do something productive, of course, the byproduct is money, brother. So that's why in
Yes, sir.
none of my interviews, I never talk about money or anything. As long as you enjoy what you do, you are
Yes,
going
sir.
to be
That's
successful.
correct.
There
That's
is no
correct.
second thoughts about it. So,
Yeah.
first things to start with, at what moment, you were thinking, I think this bachelor alone is not enough. I have to do my master's. When was that moment?
Sir, but my story is a bit different. So
Okay.
after finishing my bachelor's, I was working as a mechanical design engineer in a good OEM company for two
Okay.
years.
Okay.
So then we had an option to have, on-site reporting to Austria.
Okay.
And then along with my team, I went to Austria for a couple of months.
Okay.
And then we had to come back to India. Then later, my colleagues suggested that you're very young, you're very talented. Try do some masters, and you will be very successful.
Super.
So that idea stuck to my head. So the same, let's say during the break, I did some googling here and there, and Europe Study Center is just 300 meters from my office.
Okay.
So very convenient, I would say, very convenient.
Yes.
So I went there, I sat down with them, and they gave me a couple of options. So here is something which I would like to add on. So you give us options, but it's up to us to decide what we want. So our situation, which city we are going in, which masters we're going to do, what's the cost, what's the job opportunities, that is something that we have to do by ourselves. You can give us
Yes.
the directions, but we have to do it ourselves. So that is
Yes.
what I did. You gave me multiple options. So I went through all of them one by one, made
Wow.
sure which one is good, uh, where I can go sustain, get a job as soon as possible with my experience, the faculty there, the place there, the cost of living there, every single thing I was doing before even I started applying for the college.
Wonderful. What a level of clarity, man. I've done plenty of interviews. I have never seen anybody, talking with this level of confidence. Confidence in a sense during, doing those processes, I meant. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, since you traveled to Austria, so
Yeah.
basically you liked Europe and you were only looking at Europe as a study destination, or you are looking at other destinations also?
Probably Europe, sir, because from let's say financial point of view, I think you probably know much better than me. 50, 60 lakhs in the hole and start from zero. That's
Smart
not a
guy.
good thing.
Smart guy. And brother, I would proudly say, since you told this point, okay, I'm just using this space. The only person who will tell students in abroad education domain, spend less, learn more. Today, people take 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs education loan and go to Australia, US, Canada. For me, it's really frightening, because it's impossible to pay back these loans. So as you rightly said, it's good to spend less and learn more. So you are basically sticking to Europe. That's what it
Yes,
is,
sir,
right?
sticking to Europe for now. But let's say only for studies, you have to think about Europe because you spend less. But for
Yeah.
working, you can work wherever you want to, depends on the skill and the company.
That's your wish and your comfort level, your opportunities. Even
That's
few
it.
of my students, they are working in Vietnam. Fantastic job.
Not
So
bad,
what's
sir.
the problem? It's their wish and their likings and their
Sir,
opportunity.
work depends on work. As long as you're having a good time, earning money, and having a good life, I don't see which place is
Which
bad
place
or good.
exactly? Exactly. Wonderful. So then you would have studied in a different education system back home in India. But when it comes to Technical University of Liberec, it was completely different. So did you have to make
Yes.
any changes to your learning pattern for you to be successful in your
Ah,
expectations?
yes, sir. So again, coming back to the way we study in India is just books are there, you study whatever there is, hope and pray that whatever you ask is coming in the examination. That's it. But in Europe, it's a bit different than that. Let's say you learn some basic theory for, let's say, 40% of theory, and then
Okay.
the application of that theory is the next 60%.
Okay. Wonderful.
Basic theory, you can't do practical things.
Never,
So
never.
you should learn some theory first. That's the 40% that would show in classrooms. But the next 60%, the assignments, the examination itself is going to be completely application based. And it is correlating to the work I would do outside the classroom also.
Excellent. And also about the university infrastructure and especially about the professors of TUL.
Let's say one of the most talented people I've seen, their dedication is appreciable. Absolutely, sir. I've seen old people. Uh, for example, my department head was Primasel Proconi. He was like 75 years old or 70 years old.
Wow.
He has written 4 international publications, and he used to stand there. for 3.5 year or 3.5 hours, teaching every single minute, making sure we understand. And he would ask us every single time, did you understand? Or else he would start again from zero. So these kinds of things never seen. And let's say the number of people in the class, it depends on how much you can grab in a class. So if you have 100 people, you would miss out in the crowd, but it was not there like that in TUL. We had, let's say, limited people in our department, 8, 10 max.
That's it.
So everybody had individual attention from the professor. So
Excellent.
you couldn't waver here and there. You would be spotted. and and the assignments also is not like one person does it, you copy it from them. It's not possible. It's like
Plagiarism.
everybody gets different things. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. And I feel this is the whole objective of education, right? The professor
Correct.
should set an example and motivate the
Yeah.
kids. If the class
sir.
is not interesting, the student
Yeah.
is not listening, professor is also equally responsible.
True.
Whereas
And they know
back,
that, sir. They know that.
yeah. Whereas back home here, I'm not blaming all the professors. We still focus on where is your ID card? Why you have not brought your observation note? Why are you wearing sports shoe? Why is your hair colored? Why do you wear a earring? I want to meet your parents. Come on, when are we going to grow out
Never.
of this? I don't understand.
In the class of 10, sir, let's say out of them, I don't usually take a note of notes. I just listen to what they say, 2 to 3 points here and there. That's it. And nobody asks me, are you writing down? Are you listening? Nobody asks it. So it's my interest. If I want to learn, write or don't write. So that freedom is also there. They're not saying you have to do this, you have to do that.
Yes. Why you didn't take notes? Get out of my classroom. No, that is not going to happen here.
Or show me the notes what you did yesterday. Those things don't happen.
Why do you need that? You assess me during the examinations. I'm going to be fine. That's how
That's it.
It has to be. And why TUL doesn't take more students? Because they don't accommodate more than 20-25 per class.
That's the reason I selected TUL, sir. That's the reason. Because out of 4 to 5 options you gave me, so this is the only college they gave me an examination to prove that I'm worthy of the course. So not much colleges do that. So they value quality over quantity.
Yes.
I like that. So that's why the examination also was not that easy.
Yeah.
You can compare it with GATE and it's, let's say, almost equal to GATE. So I had a GATE score of 10,000, All India rank of 10,000. And I know how difficult it is. It's not that easy. So somehow I cleared the examination, got in there. The professors were good. And things went very well.
Super. Wonderful. Nice to know. Because, many people coming to our office, they don't look at it like what you said. Sir, I have never heard about all these countries. Why are you sending children to these countries? Then I say, okay, go study in UK, spend 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs. Who is stopping you? Nobody is stopping you. So I said, whenever
I'm coming to you as a consultant saying that I'm about to do this. What do you think? Can you help me with it? That's it. That's all you can do. I cannot ask you. I don't have notes to it. I don't know where to travel. So your work is this that you're doing now. And my work is to understand what you're saying and make my life the best from what you say.
Exactly.
Not depending completely on you.
Yeah. So for example, when my other director visited TUL, Technical University of Liberec, 13 years back, before we started promoting TUL, he was really stunned with the facilities and the infrastructure. And we started sending, students. This is how we work. And even in Czech Republic, we have plenty of universities. We don't promote. We stick to the top ones. For example, mechanical faculty in TUL is the number one faculty in the country.
Yes.
Yes. And life is once, right? We should do the masters or bachelors in the best.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. So maybe because of this, when I joined my college, within 2 months, I was able to get a very, very good internship, like the best one out there. And it paid really good. Like, for example, I used to get around 1,000 euros a month. During studying for 2 years. And added scholarship in the second year.
Wonderful. This is the first time I'm hearing this. So you got 1,000 euro per month as a salary and on intern, plus you got the scholarship in the second year.
Yes.
Okay. What sort of scholarship
So
did you get in the second year?
so there is three levels. So one minus and two, and I got like 3,000 check rounds, sir. The
Wonderful.
the most basic one. That's it. Because I had
Excellent.
to juggle between my personal stuff, work here, an internship, and study. So I
That
could
is,
manage what we could do, sir.
yeah. And more than the scholarship money, whatever it is, the confidence that it gives, you are a scholarship student. I feel that is even, that adds more value to our entire life, I feel.
Yes, sir. So because just because I got this internship, there was a lot of things that opened up to me, like a lot of things. I
Super.
had to travel almost 250 kilometers every day, back and forth,
You were
totally.
driving? You were driving or you took a
I
bus or
used to
something?
go by bus. I used to go by bus.
Wow.
I used to
250
get up
kilometers
five
in
in
a
the
day.
morning. Yes, I used to. Since my office is like research and development, it's outside the city. So from Liberec to my office, it's almost 120 kilometers one side. I
Okay.
had to get up 5 in the morning, get ready, be at the bus stop by 6, and reach the office by 9 o'clock, and then leave there by 5 and come back home by 9:30. This is what I did 3 days in a week for almost 2 years, and
Wow.
studies and my personal stuff
Wow. It's literally traveling from Chennai to Bangalore every day. You
every
know,
day. Yes,
every day. Amazing. Oh, excellent. And when you look back, you're really happy, right? The grind that you put in, the
absolutely, sir.
position that you're in.
Absolutely. It's not about hard work. It's about learning as much as possible in a short amount of time. Because nobody would get a chance to uh, have an internship in the just 2 months, traveling to another city that nobody has seen, travel by yourself. Nobody tells you, board this bus, go here, explore by
Nothing,
myself.
nothing.
Everything is in my hands.
Here in engineering college, when the clock shows 3:30, everybody in the college starts running. I was surprised. What happened? Everybody is trying to catch the bus. Whatever they do, at 3:30 they have to finish and board the bus because
Hmm.
they work this way. And really, inspiring. And after your, of course, you had great support with your professors. I'm sure you would have done all these subjects with flying colors because you were a super focused guy. And what was your final year project in DUL?
Sir, it's a bit more complex. I'll just try to say it in a simple way. So the internship where I was working, it's for the Czech government. So we were
Okay.
doing a vehicle for the Czech government, and I told my colleagues in the office that I have to do thesis and I won't have much time to work on the internship that much. And they called up the university saying that this guy is working for us, and we'll show a part of the work he's doing as your thesis. Can you accept it? Over.
Wow.
He
Out of the
spoke to my
box, man.
HOD. Yes, sir. That's why I'm saying it doesn't happen to everybody.
Which company will do these things? Which company will pick up their phones, talk to the university? Nobody. These
They
sort of
just
magics.
I told him this. My manager was very open minded. I told him this is my problem. Can you help? That day he said he called the university, and he also had a call with the professor on Teams saying that these things we're doing, I can show you only this much of the work. Can you accept it as his thesis so he can work with this on time? And he said, okay.
Great.
I didn't have to worry about
Problem solved.
problem solved. So work, earn money, do my thesis, everything in one shot.
Man, yours is not an ideal case. Yours is a super ideal case, which
That's the reason I told you, sir.
that's the objective, brother. See, the objective of doing this interview, as I told you in the pre-talk, it's not about, oh, Europe Study Center, we did this, we did that. No. Abhishek, what you did, what is so unique about you? How did you
Yeah.
overcome the challenges? And how big you are successful right now? When these details, inspires the young minds, you and me are going to be really, really happy. And when
Yes.
school children are watching these interviews, it makes me even more responsible in the questions I ask, in the
Yeah.
the
Exactly, sir.
content we document. Wonderful. So then let's talk about your professional life. So when did you
Yeah.
search for your jobs, or did you even
I
search?
No, sir. So even before 2 months of closure of my master's degree, I had 2 to 3 offer letters already. One was
Super.
from the same company I was working with, and the other one
Nice.
was from Poland.
Mhm.
And I had another internship opportunity for the Rolex in Switzerland.
Wow.
and
Okay.
and what they wanted is they wanted somebody there full time for 6 months, 7 months,
Mhm.
and it was just an internship. So I
Mhm.
told them, can you make it a full time job after 2 months? And they said no. So I did some thinking. Do a job that I already have. Go somewhere else for 6 months, not doing my masters, not completing it, and then internship, come back, then do it again just for 6 months. Didn't make sense.
Mhm.
So I left the company which I was working for 2 years. Then I joined a structural company in Poland.
Okay.
So I
Super.
was there in Poland for another 6 months.
Okay. From
Then
there,
I joined
Poland to.
UK. I joined Ricardo in Prague first.
Okay.
Ricardo Prague. So we are into designing engines. The first steam engine
Wow.
ever was done by our company. So we do
Wow.
a lot of engines for supercars, a lot of transmission for supercars, all the defense stuff. We're doing that currently. And later they gave me an opportunity to work with the Indian Army. So I
Okay.
came back to India for a couple of years. And
Okay.
I think you know CVRD. CVRD is very
Yes. Yes.
famous.
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
we are
Yes.
working with them to make a new battle tank engine for the Indian Army. So we are designing it completely, and it's been in testing. So I'm responsible for, let's say, 75% of what's going on. So
75% is almost, man. You're trying to be
almost
more.
in India side, yes, yes, sir,
That's what
because it's a
75
big
percentage
team.
is huge. Super.
It's a big team.
That's up.
It's a big team, and
Wonderful.
it's my role to make sure I integrate the company, clear communication with my counterparts in the UK and Prague with India, and make
Oh,
sure the work is done. Then once this is over, I've been shifted to the UK now, so I'll be here completely full time.
full time. So which city you are there in UK right now?
Brighton, sir.
Brighton. Okay. So
It's like 1 hour drive from London.
1 hour from London. Okay. So like, what's the name of your company and what's your current designation right now in UK?
Now I'm a senior electromechanical design engineer, and my company name is Ricardo PLC.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So that Indian project is done. You have finished
Yeah,
everything from
not
your
not
side.
really. It's like that stage of the work is done.
That's what you're part of it. You're done.
Not really. So the part that has to work in India is over.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
part that has to be done in the UK is going on now, and that's why I'm here.
Super. So when do you expect to finish this up? Approximately.
Don't know. So
Don't
engine
know.
development takes 10 years minimum, and we are trying to do it in 4 to 5 years. So
That itself is a miracle.
that's it's a miracle. Yes, sir. I think you've seen news articles here and there about this engine everywhere.
Yes,
It
yes,
was there
yes,
in
yes.
the Aero
I'm there.
show. A lot
Yeah,
of things.
super. It must be so exciting, right? You are handling both. You're doing it for your mother country, plus you're using all your knowledge and technology. I think not
Yeah,
many will get such an opportunity. Am I right, brother?
absolutely, sir. Absolutely, sir. That's the reason I had to mention this, that just because I had this tough and wonderful experience doesn't mean everybody will have it, but they can achieve it. It's not like
Exactly.
it's impossible. It's
They
not
can aspire.
impossible. Yes.
They can
So
aspire. That is why we do these interviews to motivate people. I'm not telling everybody going to Czech Republic will do a project with Indian Army like our friend Abhishek. No, that's not the point here. The
yes,
point
sir.
here is about have interest, sit and study. Brother, one more reason I'm doing all these interviews is youngsters nowadays have lost interest in studies. When you ask them to study, they laugh. Why do I have to study? What am I going to get? So that's why I started making these interviews so that at least few of them they get back the interest on education.
So maybe there is a different approach to this. So maybe what you have to tell them is you are going to do the reason you're going abroad is to work there, earn money, and live happily. So maybe you should speak more on that, saying you should have a degree to do that first. So join a college, hone your skills so you can get a job according to that. Then it's up to you.
Exactly. In a different way, I say, believe in lack of skills, do not believe in lack of jobs. Opportunities are there. But for you to
Absolutely,
grab
sir.
it, you should have the skills. And to develop that skill, don't sell your ancestral property and study. Okay?
No, no, no,
Be
no, no.
smart.
Sir,
Be smart.
in a modest way, I want to say that whatever I spent for my master's 2 years, I was able to earn it in 1 year while studying.
Amazing.
So nothing. So during COVID in the second year, I used to send some money back home because Both my
Excellent.
parents were sitting at home. So
Excellent.
I can work hard for a couple of years and then I can say, yes, I've done all this. I'll be happy for it.
When you, Abhishek,
That's
when
what
you
I've done.
super, when you look back, when you came back from your project in Austria, there were a group of your few excellent friends who said, Abhishek, do your masters. Do you look back and thank them right now?
Absolutely, sir. Every time I go to Bangalore, I visit them and say what I'm doing, and they're really happy. So maybe I
Super.
was fortunate enough to get such colleagues in the office because I never had the idea to do masters. Never.
Yes, because those colleagues who are close to you, watching you almost 5, 6 days a week, they felt this guy is something different. He needs to
Yeah.
explore more so that he can learn more, obviously earn more. That's the third part. That's a different story. But
Yes, sir.
they have sensed it, and which you had no clue or idea about. I feel, next to your parents, I feel you should thank them.
Yes, sir.
To
Even my parents, they didn't feel that I was just jumping into things all of a
mm,
sudden. So they came to ESC. They mentioned that I'm the only son doing a lot of stuff like this, trying to explore stuff by myself alone, and they weren't happy with it. So ESC, they somehow they convinced that it's going to be easy, it's going to be good for him. Just think of 4 to 5 years ahead. Then convince my parents that nobody does nowadays. So trying to convince my parents for my betterment. So I felt that's a responsibility that I have to have because you guys have helped with my family. Asking
thank
them
you.
he's going to be good. So I have to, at least show some respect for it. Do something good, and he'll be happy saying that. The day they said he'll be happy and he'll be in a good place is true.
Yes. Brother, even though you went to TUL, fantastic university, super country, all these things, but you put in all the efforts, brother. Okay. That is the entire center crux of it, for which, you're working on newer engine technology right now. And we at Europe Study Center, we are really happy. And in my 16 years, when I listen to stories like this from successful students like you, it motivates me for the next 16 years. Because as you know, Abhishek,
Yes, sir.
nobody promotes Czech Republic, Slovakia, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Portugal, Hungary. Nobody promotes in India.
No,
Every
sir.
Tom, Dick and Harry will only promote US,
Sir,
UK,
that's the
Australia,
that's the
New Zealand,
problem.
Canada.
That's the problem because Czech, they say it's not very well known. That's for students and kids. If you go to a good engineering guy, they know how Czech degree is valued because
Yes,
all our defense engines, some of them I can't tell which they are. They come from
I
Czech
understand.
Republic.
Yeah,
It comes from Czech Republic. So exporting or learning technologies from somebody else and saying it's a bad country, I don't appreciate that.
I don't know. Exactly. And if it's a bad country, why would I sit and promote, brother? I will also dump students
Absolutely.
into UK. La.
Absolutely.
As a student who went to Sweden, did masters, had free education, and explored all those things, I was so passionate enough to take this to at least thousands of students. And you said Czech will never be famous. You know why? You know why, Abhishek? Czech will be never as a
Because
famous study
they're
destination.
sir, they're glorifying other countries because they're Western, and there is a lot of, let's say, big names. UK, Germany is all big names, and everybody goes for big names like sheep in herd. They don't know. Sir, I worked in Germany. I know the place. So it's like if you come to Europe, you can go.
Wherever you want.
Will I get a job there? Will I settle down first? Then you can travel the rest of your life. Nobody cares about it.
Like our friend Abhishek. The answer was, Abhishek, Czech Republic, I can tell you the actual count, okay? Plus or minus
Yeah.
100 or 150 slots only they give for student visa in India.
Yes,
Not
it's
that
very difficult.
thousands of
Yes,
students can go to Czech Republic. One
yes, that's true,
UK
sir.
university can recruit 1,000 students, but the entire country will not recruit 200 students. Amazing, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I forgot about that. The Czech visa is particularly the difficult one to get dates and to get the
Yes.
visa. Yes.
Yes, no pain, no gain.
Yeah, sir. Even in the visa interview, I remember them asking me questions about the university, what subjects you're gonna study, how do you consider yourself, complete master's degree, what degree will they give you, what will you call yourself after completing master's degree. All these questions I've never expected from them, but I was ready for it, obviously.
Super. And on a lighter note, many meaning, on a this thing, Many students, when I meet them, when I feel they are not up to it, I tell them, take 1 year time, prepare yourself, and then come to all these things. Because you have to face the interviews, embassies. So unless and until you are mentally prepared with all the skill set, it's going to be really, really difficult. So this question I always ask among all my working professionals, meaning my students. So how good is your work-life balance? Talk to us about that.
One of the best, I would say. Because there is nothing called as I have to be in the office for X amount of hours.
Wow.
Legally, I'm allowed to work, let's say, 37.5 in a year, in a week. And most of it, let's say, I go to office 2 to 3 days in a week, and the next 2 days I work from home. I work in design and development. So development part I see in the first 3 days. The first 2 days I'm into design. And there is nothing called as somebody will ask you to do it. So it's up to you to take a responsibility to do it. So that's how you grow within a company. So for example, when I joined this company, so I was, let's say, the youngest guy there with the least amount of experience to be a senior. So what I did my work in India for 2 years, that gave me a direction saying that this is what I have to do. So align courses and countries for it so I can excel at it. So if I say, let's say, for example, I went somewhere else, Sweden, for example, as you mentioned, got a master's degree in a different course, which I didn't study properly or which I didn't work on. Option A, it becomes difficult for me. Number two, it's difficult to correlate my experience to the job I'm applying here.
Yes.
A lot more other things.
Yes.
So having that streamline, when I finish my bachelor's, work on design, which I wanted, and then the master's, which I wanted, then the work again, which correlates everything to it. So that is what everybody has to strive to. It will be difficult. I'm not saying it's going to be easy.
Yes.
But it will be very, 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 very good in the future. Because when somebody says he has a timeline saying he has studied bachelor's in mechanical and worked the next 7 years in the material design background, it will do wonders.
Wonders. True. Excellent. So now you mentioned in between your parents were really skeptical, and ESC Bangalore, they spoke to your parents and convinced them. Now looking at what their son is doing, how happy they are. I know that they are happy, but I want you to put it in your own style and your own words.
Sir, let's say they are not that educated.
Okay.
I fully respect that because they worked hard for my education.
Exactly.
So I fully respect it. So the way I show them that this is what I'm doing. Recently, I got 2 to 3 awards.
Wow.
And when I show them this, and they are very, very happy. And somewhere they say, if they had not convinced me that day, maybe I would not let you go to masters, leaving a good job in Bangalore, where I could see you every single day. So now they are more happy that they took that choice.
Thank you.
Yes, I should be thanking you, sir.
No, brother. See, we do our job. Okay, you guys make these decisions count. Maybe I take 0.001%. Balance 99.999%. It's all you, your parents, your well-wishers, and all those things. And objective of this interview.
Let me say it in a different way. Okay. So the first 1 or 2% is your side. The rest is my side. So if you don't start from you, then I couldn't do the rest of it.
Okay, I take this compliment. Thank you so much. And see, I had the same feeling, Abhishek, brother. You know, when I landed in Sweden, I saw fantastic things, super technology, free education. I mean, like, why are people not coming here? Then I understood lack of awareness, and also, as you said, propaganda. I saw an Instagram ad, Abhishek, very funny actually. You want to study in UK? Contact us. We will get you offer letter in 24 hours. In that, so that you can suffer for the next 24 years. This is the logic. You know, unwanted things, and as you rightly use the word, you know, I like that word that you use, wrong propaganda, because of the financial benefits. You dump a student into UK or Australia, you get several lakhs as commission, brother. Okay, without any expenses. So, but the student suffers basically. So, excellent. And you were like,
actually, I would say that it is not your fault. It is their fault because they didn't do the proper research. If somebody says go and fall in a well, you're not going to go and fall in the well. You see if there is water, if there is no water, can I swim or not? That's my thing to do.
And also people, when they ask me, brother, sir, everything is fine, sir. I watched your interviews, shows, everything. Is the
Okay.
job confirmed? Then I tell them, please ask this question to your son or daughter. I am only processing the documents, not issuing the offer letter, which I
Exactly.
make their mind very clear. Everything is in your hands, not in the hands of Europe Study Center or Shivaraman, which many parents have told me, thanks for giving this clarity so that their children are prepared before, going abroad.
That's true,
Yes.
sir. Yeah.
I want you to talk about two last questions. I want you to talk about how important it is to stay focused, because few students that they go abroad, they don't study, they create a bad name for the country, university, parents, everybody. So how important it is to stay focused towards the concept of going abroad for studies and sticking to the core area of studying and skill development. Focus.
Okay. So even before you said I'm going to do masters abroad, you should be able to understand what are the difficulties that I will face.
Okay.
Can I live by myself? Can I cook by myself? Can I take care of myself? Living somewhere that even if I met with an accident, nobody's going to come and help me. It
Okay.
would be me, myself, and I. I have to take care of my family. I have to give them time. I have to give time for myself and my personal lives. And I have to study and I have to work.
Yes.
So these things should come to you even before you send an application to the university.
Super.
If you don't have this, don't. You're just wasting time, wasting money.
Exactly. Exactly.
So after you come here, there is a bigger factor, sir. The people that you are with. If you are with the people who have the same mindset as you, this is very, very important.
Yes.
If you don't have people with the right mindset as you, how much ever motivated you are not going to succeed. You are
Never.
not going to. You should know. It's my let's say skill to communicate with people, make friends, and work with them because they are my family here. Nobody else is here.
True. Very true. Very true.
So this is what people have to understand before even setting their foot inside your office. They have to do research by themselves. So come into your office as blank as possible. Let them, you will give multiple options, but they have to select what they can do or what
Good
they
for
have
you.
to do. It's not like you can say you go to Czech Republic, you will have a job like this, like something like this. No,
No.
nobody guaranteed me that I would get an internship in first 2 months. Nobody said that you will have opportunities to work in multiple countries like this. Nobody said you would be doing so and so stuff.
Yes, specifically, we don't even talk about scholarships much because people will simply blame us. You said my son will get scholarship. He did not get Europe Study
Yes.
Center. Why should I get into all these things? I just process admission and visa and, tell them
That's it.
all the right things to do. Don't do part-time job. Getting job is in your hands. Focus and study. Don't miss classes. All the best. That's all I do for the past
That's it, sir.
16
No,
years.
so if people understood this, what you mentioned now, the context of I only do visa and admissions, then your work is simpler and they are not ready to take the rest of the responsibility themselves. So that's why they try to put it on you.
Wonderful. And we try all sorts of avenues, brother, to create technical awareness also. For example, last week we were with a Slovakian professor. We went to 5-6 top universities. You know what was our topic? Hydrogen fuels for aircraft in association with BMW technology. This was our topic.
Okay. Maybe I can tell this, but we are already working on hydrogen fuel cells everywhere.
Oh, super.
So we have buses in London that is running on hydrogen fuel cell. We have a test plant in our office that is for hydrogen fuel cell.
Wonderful. As a technical person, I'm so interested to ask you this question. I'm also an energy engineer. So I will tell you what the professor said, but I want to ask you first. What about the storage? Do they have a technology where they can store at a lesser pressure or at what pressure you guys?
I can't tell you values. I can't tell you what materials it is, but I'll give you a gist of it. For
Okay.
example, this vehicle is there. So maybe you can have some more, let's say, discussion or you research about this vehicle. It's called as
Sure, sure.
the Toyota Hilux.
Hilux. Okay.
So we are replacing the IC engine with
Mm-hmm.
a hydrogen fuel cell
Mm-hmm.
engine in there. So what we do is, let's say, element X, element Y,
Okay.
it it reacts to form hydrogen.
Wow.
That is my tank Z.
Okay.
So the capacity of Z will be limited. During start of the engine, it takes some fuel that is already there.
Okay.
And then when my engine is running,
Yeah.
so these two reactions are continuous, and
Mm-hmm.
that creates the hydrogen that is can be used for combustion.
Wonderful. 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 So, for example, the mileage, how much it can store?
You mean the liters? I think I can't tell that.
Okay, fine. Anything that you cannot reveal, you don't have to. It's perfectly
Yeah.
fine. Not a problem.
So
So this,
mileage, I would say, is a bit difficult. As you know, hydrogen, it releases a lot more heat than the rest of them. So it's not going to be easy, but it's not
yeah,
like it can't be done.
it can't be done.
It
Yeah.
can be done, but it
Yes.
takes several years of iterations to perfect it.
Perfected. Yes. This professor, he came to India, presented the technology where from 80 megapascal, they found a technology where they can store it at 2.5 megapascal, the hydrogen fuel, and use it
Yeah.
in cars and vehicles. So the kids, when we explained all these technologies, they were really, really happy. And we at Europe Study Center to trigger these people, on the technical front, to think about all these newer energy technologies. We were
Yes.
really happy to do it because energy with the growing population and the usage of all these newer gadgets, everything needs a lot of energy, including chat
Yeah.
gpt. It needs a lot of energy to run all those processes, etc. So
Yeah.
we need to find newer, smarter energies to move
Yes.
forward. And also the European professor was indicating they don't want to rely on China or Russia for the lithium. So they
That's
are
true, sir.
looking at yeah, you would know better. So they are looking at hydrogen as a source because it's naturally available.
That's true. So when you mentioned data mining or ChatGPT, as you said, so we did create a battery system for it, and it
Wonderful.
runs directly just by cooling it, and you don't have to submerge it in the water, replace it or stuff.
Wow.
So we have done.
Wow.
So Ricardo is like from 125, 130 years old. So they've been
Okay.
into multiple forefronts, multiple of them.
Excellent. And also, I wanted to ask you, as a mechanical engineering student or a core engineering student, when an youngster watching this video, if at all, it's not like an advice, okay? His mind is open. He is asking you, brother, for my masters, what all specializations I can choose? I'm interested in, whichever I wanted to study after mechanical. What would be your input? Because since you are currently into hardcore R&D and other stuffs.
Hardcore. So hard engine design I've been doing for almost these many years. So
Wow.
if you ask me what is the specialization that you have to take, I would ask him which subjects you think you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
If you know properly machine design, if you know
Okay.
properly thermodynamics, fluid dynamics, kinematics, and a lot of material science. Material science is very important. Material
Yes.
science. If you can work with all of this integrated into one, heat transfer here and there, then you can touch design.
Design. Okay.
If you feel that it's too overwhelming, I can't understand this stuff, it's difficult for me, there are other things you can do.
Industrial
Either
engineering.
in mechanical there is a lot of masters. So in masters for mechanical is very huge.
Okay.
You'll have 60, 70 courses
Wow.
depending on you. So people do supply chain management, people do logistics, people do FEA. So that's also a very good course. FEA, CFD, all those stuff are very good. So you should be, let's say, you should have a goal. This is what I want. This is what I'm comfortable with. I can do all this work. So what aligns to me over there? Because if you don't know what you want to do, if I put you into design, you won't be able to excel there. You
End
will
of it.
end of day. So you won't even finish the course. And later people creep up about it saying that mechanical doesn't have any scope. I don't like it, sir. I
Yes.
absolutely I can't say
Yes.
that.
I am with you, brother. When somebody talks bad about core engineering and when they say only IT is best, I say, please stay away from me or I will stay away from you. There's no point in discussing further. I give equal respect to all courses, whether it's psychology or environmental engineering or, as you said, CFD, computational fluid dynamics. For me, it's all the
It's
same.
very good. Yes. It's very good.
You have interest, you put your heart, mind, and soul, get to the bottom of the subject will give you everything back. This is what
I
I
have
personally believe in.
one more thing to say, sir, about when you said about IT. So let's say one person is there. I don't want to tell who he is. He's 30 years old, 1 year older than me, and he earns 35 LPA as a mechanical design engineer in Bangalore.
Okay.
So you think any IT people will be earning that much?
No chance.
So you imagine his skill, how much of effort he would have put.
Yes.
So efforts and skills is what matters, not IT or anything else. They can remove you just like this in IT. In mechanical, when you know he knows this, they're never going to leave you.
No chance. No chance. No chance. See, we are again, both of you, I guess you also, we are not against any course, but to glorify some courses,
I don't like that. Yes.
undermine or dignify other courses. I also don't want to say certain people's name in Tamil Nadu. They go to all colleges and frighten the students. Oh, you don't know what is ChatGPT? You don't know what is generative AI? Oh my God, your life is gone. What are you doing? See, they kind of create a panic among people and pushing everybody towards the same course and create an imbalance, which is completely unwanted. You want to study psychology, you study. You want to study commerce, you please study. Same like what you said. Yeah.
Sir, but it is up to the student as me to understand what he's saying is truth and what is a marketing strategy. Because if he says, if you don't, when I was in college, somebody comes and says, if you don't learn AI, you're never going to succeed. I will ask, where is it used? Tell me what is the proportion of people using it nowadays.
Exactly.
And he would never answer.
And for the parents to easily understand, I said, just because calculator was invented, people did not stop studying commerce or chartered accountancy. Same way, look at AI as a tool to support your day-to-day activities or your engineering processes. That's all. But to think AI is everything, I wish or beg to differ. That's how it is.
Sir, I had some courses with AI in the company because it's sponsored by them. So a few things that they have to know even before learning AI stuff is, I think people know this and they don't tell it out in open. So the AI or the questions you ask is what matters first. If you mess up asking the questions or the prompts, gone. And then there is no way to check what ChatGPT has done. It's not going to be 100% true. If you don't have background on what you're asking and what it is checking, all of it is going to be wrong. So without knowing, you cannot ask it any question. And if it answers, you should have the intellectual capacity to understand what it is saying is it right or wrong. That's it.
Super. And the same which you said is told by Anna University Vice Chancellor also. Please don't take up these tools as your bachelor or master program. Use this as small subjects or modules to support your conceptual learning process, which is what people should understand, get clarity on this. Wonderful.
Sir, if that was true, then you should have had a bachelor's degree in Microsoft Excel, because that's a notion.
Yes, that's an ocean. Excel itself is an ocean. Very true. Very true. Wonderful. So, any plans to visit India again regarding work or anything?
Probably, yes, sir. So I have to be in CVRD by next December. Sorry, 2026, 2025 December or January. So once the engine is completed, we have to test this in multiple regions in India. I think you know the problem that has happened now in Kashmir.
Yeah. It makes it even more this thing, lah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's difficult to test these engines in multiple environment conditions. So we have to make sure, since it's the heart of the Indian Army, so we have to test it very vigorously. 5,000 meters above sea level, minus 40 degrees, plus 55 degrees. So from Rajasthan to the top of Kashmir, we have to test it for almost a year.
Wonderful.
So probably I would be there that time.
Excellent, man. Really inspiring to know, all these things. And first time I'm talking to a student whom I had sent and working for our Navy or, for our Army and, really, really happy. And it's a proud moment, not only for ESC, I mean, for everybody. And you
Yes,
are, handling 75% of the project. In a sense, you are managing this show. I'm really, really happy. And I'm sure, you're going to bring a lot more laurels for our super. So apart from this work life, how do you relax your mind? What are the leisure activities that you do? What are the leisure activities other than your R&D research, studying, etc.?
So mostly I would say in the beginning of my career, I understood that if you want to learn or excel at something, you have to put more efforts or more number of hours into it.
Yes.
So up till now, let's say I used to put out crazy hours. I used to work 26 hours, 27 hours straight in the beginning, because when you're out of the university, you don't know anything. And people want efficiency and people want the work to be done much sooner. So I used to take my laptop home, work on weekends, not tell the office, of course, because they would feel that I'm inefficient and they could remove me. So that has carried over even in my masters, because I told you a lot of things to be done: college, work, my personal stuff, internships,
everything,
eating, shopping, all those things comes into play. I didn't have much time for myself, but nowadays I've made sure that I put my work aside at 5 p.m. And I start exploring stuff. So I go to the gym, travel a lot. I'm learning some other stuff here. Surfing I joined last week, so maybe yeah. So Brighton is like a beach city, and we have a lot of paragliding and stuff.
Super. Why I ask this question is because it's important. When you are doing such intense work, you need to somehow balance all these things so that the overall propulsion goes higher.
Sir, it depends on the people that you're working with also, because they say enough, close it and go home. So this is what is very important, because in India, everybody used to say, you're going home at 6 o'clock. Why? But in the UK or anywhere in Europe, they say, you're still here. I told you to go home.
Yes.
So that is what makes the difference.
100%. Even we follow this in our office. When people come at 5:45, I say, if I am there, I will talk to you. Not a problem. But everyone else will leave because our office timing is only until 6 o'clock. Wonderful.
So if the responsibility is more, then the hours of work you have to is more. That's a given. You can't do anything.
Wonderful. So you are still in touch with your professors once in a while?
Yes, sir. A couple of them, they are still following on Instagram. And I wanted to do some other degree here in the UK. So the company is, let's say, sponsoring me for that. So we will have to see it.
Super. Amazing. So the lifelong learning process is continuing. And Abhishek sets high standards.
As an engineer, you'll never stop learning, sir.
You'll never
stop learning. As an engineer, you'll never stop learning.
Yes, this is what the European education teaches the young minds. Learning is lifelong. It's not until you get your degree. This is what it is.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. It was very inspiring, and we spoke about many things. I learned a lot of things and many new stuffs, and especially about your project with the Indian Army, and wish you all the very best. And I'm sure you're going to come out with flying colors. And last few words that you wish to say to our audience watching this interview.
Just a couple of words. So it's your life. It's your responsibility. So just proofread whatever everybody is saying. It's not like you don't have to, and it's not like you're not trusting them, but you're just double checking that what you're getting yourself into.
Yes.
So if you don't double check, then it's going to be really difficult in life. Not only for studies or work, it's going to be for life.
Yes.
It's a simple.
Wonderful, man. Very simple, very crisp, to the point. I feel this is like a template interview where you said rightly, I keep pushing my limits. That was the best part about this interview. And you lived up to those aspirations and limits and, propelling forward. So I'm sure when your parents watch this interview also, they'll be really, really happy. And we at ESC are also really proud of all your achievements. Hats off to you. Really, really proud of you. And I'm sure, after several years, maybe after 10 years, we should do a part 2. That part 2, we only talk about your role in, all these engine technologies. That will be the title of the interview.
Sir, if you have probably a time or something that you want to schedule with mechanical people somewhere, ready to help, no problem. Because
I would love to.
I want to see people coming from my country, because
Yes.
I've seen a lot of things here, sir. They are very kind people.
Mhm.
They don't mind if I'm from any country. They don't really mind. So
They
if
don't care.
somebody else here is kind to somebody else here, but then why can't I be kind towards my own people?
Wonderful. Wonderful, man. Really amazing. And we will surely associate whenever your time permits. Okay. We will surely do some, how to say, webinars or something like that to the young minds and explain them the newer technologies. I mean, whichever you can share, because I know certain things are confidential.
Yes, sir.
Whatever is public domain that you can tell these young minds, we will surely, maybe a webinar to college students for mechanical
Sure.
department. We can surely do
Sure.
all these things when your
Yes, sir.
time permits. We can surely do that. Thank you so
Sure, sir.
much. It
No
was
problem.
really amazing talking to you. Best wishes. And today is a Saturday, good time maybe to try your surfing or your other activities. All the very best to you, and convey our best regards to your family members also. Okay, thank you.
So thank you again for Sujita ma'am and the other people at ESC that convinced my parents, or else I could not have done all this.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll continue to do that and inspire a lot of people. Thank you so much, brother. All the best to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Bye
much,
bye.
sir. Have a nice day, sir. Cheers. Bye bye.